Floyd has never been no troublesome child. One like fighting in the streets and stuff. Never, ever.
Like that, people get money, man. Things change.
Was instilled in him. His dad pushed him. Pushed him on in every way possible. And even when he was a kid, he was like maybe 8 years old.
Floyd Mayweather's father publicly stepped in to defend his son following rumors surrounding a supposed $42 million scam and claims of financial collapse. He strongly rejected any suggestion that Floyd had participated in illegal or dishonest activity. According to him, even during his early years, Floyd avoided trouble and remained disciplined, channeling his energy into boxing rather than controversy. He stressed that his son's achievements were earned through dedication and relentless work ethic, not through questionable conduct. Expressing frustration over what he described as unfounded accusations, he made it clear that protecting Floyd's name and legacy was important to him, but he also added that after serving time in jail, Floyd underwent a significant personal transformation. In his view, his son emerged more mature, focused, and mindful of his decisions. He insisted that the Floyd of today would not involve himself in any fraudulent scheme and urged critics to recognize his growth instead of continuing to question his character.
As memories of this camp.
Well, to be honest, since Floyd got out of jail, I haven't even seen that kind of act from him.
Yeah.
He's, to me, he's sort of like a different person to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think the fact that he got out of jail that kind of like made him wise to things to where he was able to reconnect with you and you guys were able to kind of, reconnect with each other?
Yeah. I think everything came together, man. After that, I think that we mingling better. We understand each other better. We corresponded, and we as you can say, if you look at the fight, it looked like we all together.
Floyd Mayweather has frequently spoken about the late and sometimes challenging bond he shares with his father, Floyd Mayweather Sr., in past interviews. He's remembered his father expressing unwavering confidence in his future, insisting that his son would rank among the sport's elite. Floyd, however, recalls pushing that belief even further, determined not merely to be counted among the best, but to stand alone at the top. That relentless mentality became a driving force throughout his career. Their relationship blended pressure with motivation. His father's demanding coaching style and high expectations often created friction, yet those same qualities fueled Floyd's development. Despite public disagreements and personal conflicts over the years, a core of respect always remained intact. Floyd has acknowledged that his father's early guidance played a critical role in shaping the discipline and defensive mastery that defined his undefeated run. In the end, the fusion of a father's conviction and a son's unwavering ambition helped forge a boxing legacy that remains difficult to rival.
I need to talk about the most is my father. My dad said someday my son will be one of the best. And I told my dad, I will be the best. Not just be one of the best, I will be the best.
Floyd Mayweather has opened up about his past with striking candor, speaking about the hardships that shaped his early years. He has described growing up in a turbulent environment, with his mother battling addiction and his father serving time in prison, circumstances that forced him to mature quickly and rely on himself. He has spoken about traveling to the Olympics with little support and ultimately leaving school as life's pressures became too heavy to balance. Out of that instability, he forged his own path, fueled by adversity, determination, and an intense drive to rise above his circumstances. While his father rarely discussed those struggles publicly, choosing instead to highlight Floyd's skill and promise, Mayweather has consistently acknowledged the foundational role his father played in his development. Though their bond was often strained, it was built on discipline, belief, and a shared commitment to excellence that ultimately helped shape one of boxing's most remarkable careers.
Being on drugs, dad going to prison, me just going to the Olympics by myself, 7 of us in a 1-bedroom. I said, you know what? I left school. Within 6 months, I was a millionaire.
Floyd Mayweather Sr. was instrumental in developing the foundation of his son's historic boxing career. Drawing from his own experience as a professional fighter, he passed down the technical skills and ring awareness that later defined Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s dominance. Central to his training approach was a strong emphasis on defense, especially the shoulder roll, a technique designed to deflect punches while keeping a fighter in position to counter. That defensive mastery became a signature element of Mayweather Jr.'s style, allowing him to neutralize opponents while maintaining control of every exchange. But Mayweather Sr.'s influence extended well beyond mechanics. He reinforced the mental discipline required to thrive in a sport as punishing as boxing. The priority was not just winning, but doing so intelligently, minimizing damage, avoiding reckless exchanges, and staying strategically ahead. This calculated philosophy played a major role in preserving Mayweather Jr.'s undefeated record and reputation as one of the most tactically sharp fighters in the sport's history. Under his father's guidance, he not only perfected his craft inside the ring, but also built a powerful business empire around his name. The partnership between father and son, honed in the gym and tested under the bright lights, proved central to the extraordinary success that followed.
How did you get? You already thought about how did you get? Damn. Throw it again. Where you at?
Jeff Mayweather has often spoken about the relentless determination he saw in his nephew, Floyd Mayweather Jr., a mindset he believes was carefully developed by Floyd Mayweather Sr. from the very beginning. Floyd Sr. was committed to steering his son toward excellence, not just in boxing, but in life overall. He set high standards early, pushing young Floyd to strive for greatness in everything he pursued, laying the groundwork for the achievements that would later define his career. Jeff remembers how strongly Floyd Sr. stressed discipline and consistent effort. Even at just 8 years old, Floyd Jr. was running miles through his neighborhood, displaying a level of focus and endurance far beyond his years. Neighbors questioned why such a young child was training so intensely, especially without a parent pacing him in a car. But Floyd Sr. understood his son's potential and was determined to cultivate it. Those early mornings and long runs marked the beginning of a journey that would eventually grow into one of boxing's most remarkable legacies.
It was instilled in him. His dad pushed him. Pushed him on in every way possible. And even when he was a kid, he was like maybe 8 years old, he would be running like 5 miles in the neighborhood, and people thought that he was crazy because they didn't see his father driving a car. They just saw a little kid just running all through the city. And basically, now those same people became fans of his and realized that he wasn't crazy, that, you know, he was on his way to greatness. And that's what happened.
Money and fame usually affects boxers when they make enough of it or when they become famous enough. We've seen numerous cases of high-profile boxers get to a certain level, earn an awful lot of money, become extremely famous, and then their career starts to dip. For Floyd, the money was clearly not the driving factor, even though he's Floyd Money Mayweather, because he would still go to the gym at 3-4 in the morning. He would still work harder than anyone else. So why did the money, the wealth and the fame not soften his desire to become even better, do you think?
Well, because it was never about money. It was about being the actual best fighter ever to put on a pair of gloves. I mean, when Floyd was 5 or 6 years old.
As Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s career advanced, the spotlight and massive earnings did little to distract him from his objectives. While many athletes struggle to maintain intensity after reaching financial success, he continued to approach training with the same hunger that defined his early years. Even at the height of his fame as Money Mayweather, he was known for grueling late-night and early-morning workouts, reinforcing that his motivation centered on mastery rather than wealth. Floyd Mayweather Sr. never doubted his son's ceiling. From the outset, those closest to him believed he was destined for historic achievements in the sport. That steadfast confidence, paired with Floyd Jr.'s natural ability and disciplined mindset, produced a career that surpassed even bold expectations. His accomplishments were not accidental. They were built on years of structure, sacrifice, and the steady influence of a father determined to see his son reach the pinnacle of boxing.
So young, and everyone in my family, where he's at today, we all expected it. It's not like it just happened. This is what we expected. And so basically there will be people that anyone within, with an ear's reach, we would tell them, that he's going to be the greatest fighter ever that's ever lived. And to this point, he's proved it in terms of his numbers and everything else. Of course, when you put in something beyond that's not related to boxing, it's different. But when you talk nothing about boxing, only boxing.
Floyd Mayweather Sr. has spoken about how success gradually altered the dynamic between him and his son. He recalls that for many years their connection felt solid, built on shared goals and mutual understanding, with little conflict between them. But as Floyd Jr.'s career accelerated and the spotlight intensified, tensions began to surface. Public disagreements, including one that played out on HBO, and another dispute involving a car marked noticeable turning points. According to Floyd Sr., those moments signaled the beginning of a shift in their once seamless father-son partnership.
We had, at one time, we was coming up, we have never had an argument in our life, me and him. Then we had an argument on what was the name of it? HBO. We was on HBO. Then another time we argued over by the car. I'm saying, man, what is all this about now? I'm just saying, and we never had no argument. All of a sudden, I don't know. I'm just telling you, man. It is or it ain't. Sometimes, when people get, it ain't about me training or anything like that. People get money, man. Things change.
He believes the shift in their relationship was largely driven by the impact of wealth. In Floyd Sr.'s view, financial success can reshape a person's priorities and even strain close bonds. Once significant money enters the picture, attention can drift from family and personal ties toward maintaining and expanding that fortune. He explains that this isn't an issue unique to their situation. It's a pattern that can affect anyone, whether it involves a parent, sibling, or close relative. The pursuit of greater success, he suggests, can sometimes blur the importance of deeper connections. For Floyd Sr., recognizing that distance growing between him and his son was painful, and he has acknowledged that it remains one of his biggest regrets.
Anything like that, people get money, man, things change. I don't care whether it's your father, mother, whoever. Father, mother, brother, sister, name it. If sometimes when people get money.
Floyd Mayweather Sr. once pointed to a disagreement involving a luxury car as a symbolic moment in their strained relationship. In his view, the issue was less about the vehicle itself and more about what it represented, spending large sums on extravagance rather than focusing on deeper values. He has suggested that as wealth increased, his son's priorities appeared to shift toward expanding his fortune, sometimes at the expense of the close relationships they once shared. Floyd Sr. says he cautioned him about becoming overly consumed by money and the risks that can accompany that mindset. According to his perspective, the relentless pursuit of financial gain can open the door to risky business decisions and controversial opportunities. He believes that after reaching extraordinary success, his son became involved in ventures that drew scrutiny and criticism, reflecting what he sees as a broader change in focus. While these claims remain part of an ongoing public debate, they illustrate the tension Floyd Sr. feels about how fame and fortune may have altered the course of their relationship.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. We all know him, the tremendous, talented boxer, but people don't realize how smart he is in business, especially real estate. He just did a blockbuster deal, forget about it. Upper Manhattan, 1,000 units. Consisting of 60 buildings, affordable housing, $402 million purchase price. The seller, Black Spruce Management. This is going to be a monster, huge deal. Already a very big portion of it already closed. The remaining portion should be closing the beginning of 2025. This is a guy who believes in long-term wealth, generational wealth. He's heavily involved in skyscrapers. Now he's getting very, very big in affordable housing in Upper Manhattan. Tremendous, tremendous deal. $402 million. Once again, 1,000 units, 60 buildings. Forget about it, Maron. That's what I'm talking about. That's smart. That's generational wealth, in my opinion. Not financial advice, not a financial planner, but very, very impressed. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Not too shabby. V for victory.
A later report from Business Insider suggested that Floyd Mayweather's financial ventures may not have been as straightforward as they appeared. The coverage implied that some of his high-profile moves seemed geared more toward reinforcing his image of extreme wealth than toward building conventional, transparent business operations. At the same time, despite widespread rumors claiming he had either been scammed or played a role in questionable schemes, no definitive proof emerged to substantiate those accusations. Mayweather himself added to the public speculation by regularly sharing videos on Instagram highlighting luxury purchases and an over-the-top lifestyle. While those posts were clearly intended to showcase success, they also intensified debate about whether certain ventures were genuine investments or part of a broader branding strategy. Regardless of the controversy, he continued leveraging his fame and financial persona, often operating in a space where perception and reality appeared closely intertwined.
There's a flex happening with Floyd Mayweather that we were all cheering and congratulating him from, but we might need to put a pin in that as some evidence comes forward that things may not be how they seem. So a couple weeks back, I talked about it here on the show. Floyd Mayweather said he dropped $402 million on 62 Manhattan rental buildings. But Business Insider went and did the research. They did their Googles, and they said they couldn't find any receipts that this is true. There were no deed transfers, no public records, nothing. They made some phone calls to owners, and they could not find any information regarding this transaction. Floyd has gone on interviews and discussed it. Of course, 50 Cent dropped in with his troll thing and put the interview up and the information about it and said he bought them in his imagination. Same place he read all those Harry Potter books, because 50 gone 50. My question is, does Floyd, was he swindled in some sort of business deal? Was this just because
Joe Rogan came to Floyd Mayweather's defense amid criticism over his flashy lifestyle and outspoken persona. Rogan acknowledged that while much attention is given to Mayweather's wealth and trash talk, too often people overlook the brilliance he displayed inside the ring. According to Rogan, critics focus on the glitz and bravado but fail to appreciate the technical mastery behind Floyd's undefeated career. His defensive prowess, particularly his ability to evade punches with precision, highlights a level of skill rarely seen in boxing. Rogan emphasized that Mayweather's longevity and success weren't simply products of fame or fortune. They were the result of exceptional strategy, timing, and ring intelligence. Though his methods and personality can be polarizing, Rogan argued that respecting his craft is essential to understanding why he is widely regarded as one of the greatest fighters in history.
Talk to people about Floyd Mayweather. They talk all this shit. He does this, he does that, he's got all this money. I go, save all that. Forget about his talking. Watch how that guy fights. He barely gets hit. Man. He's been rocked maybe twice in his whole career. Maidana and Sugar Shane Mosley. Those are the only two. Yeah. The only two guys who cracked him. And he wound up winning both those fights. Yeah. He's a masterful boxer. And that's what everybody should emulate. I love the Arturo Gotti, Mickey Ward fights as much as anybody did. But if that was my son, I'd be freaking the fuck out. I'd be like, don't fight like that. It's not worth it. I don't give a fuck how many of these drunken cheer you on. They're not going to be with you when you wake up in the morning. Your head is pounding in your head. When you have a hard time looking at light. When you have to have all the shades closed. When just a little crack of light coming in through the shade is hurting you. It's giving you a headache. They're not going to be there with you when you're old.
I've heard you to always put it like this. And
Joe Rogan has long praised Floyd Mayweather for his extraordinary discipline and unwavering focus throughout his career. Unlike many fighters who lose their edge after achieving fame and fortune, Floyd has remained committed to his training, adhering to a strict routine that prioritizes his body and skill above all else. Rogan highlights that while other athletes may give in to distractions, partying, neglecting fitness, or losing motivation, Mayweather has consistently stayed on course. His dedication to a rigorous regimen has allowed him to maintain peak condition even as he has grown older, a factor that has helped him dominate in the ring for decades. Rogan's admiration goes beyond Mayweather's public persona or controversies surrounding his wealth. He respects the boxer's relentless work ethic, focus, and ability to sustain elite performance, cementing his reputation as one of the most disciplined and remarkable athletes in boxing history.
The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline. Like, Floyd's discipline was undeniable.
Right. But through that ball and nights, I don't think he was doing drugs or drinking. He kept his...
Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water. And then he would have his driver drive, and with his pants on, jeans on, he would jog home. And the dude was always training, never got out.
Joe Rogan reflected on how Floyd Mayweather evolved from a technically skilled fighter into a business-savvy figure, transforming his image from the early pretty boy to the iconic Money Mayweather. According to Rogan, Floyd shifted his focus away from trash-talking opponents in the ring and toward building wealth. Following his retirement from competitive boxing, he leveraged exhibition matches, most notably high-profile bouts against celebrities and influencers like Logan Paul, to attract massive audiences and secure enormous paydays. Rogan emphasized that these moves were strategically designed to maximize financial gain, turning each event into a lucrative spectacle. Rather than relying solely on traditional fights, Mayweather's approach showcased his ability to combine his fame with smart business decisions, reinforcing the money persona while continuing to profit from his unmatched brand.
He went from being like a real exciting pressure fighter, and he had a bunch of hand problems, to like Money Mayweather, start talking, boxing people's faces off. No more hand problems, much more money.
Yeah, I love what he's doing too, beating up these YouTube guys.
It's crazy.
I love it.
It's so funny that these guys are willing to get beat up by him.
Well, I think they're all deluded.
Wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for the next one.